Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage, and yes, this is XCom 2. I've managed to get my grubby little mitts onto the game a day or two early. Wasn't expecting to be honest, but pulled some strings and managed to get myself a copy of this. Now, at the time of recording this, there are still a couple of things that are under embargo, things that I'm not allowed to show you. That includes things such as the first two missions, including the tutorial of the game, just because it gives away certain story elements. So what I'm doing here, this is really just a little announcement video. I'm just about to start the third mission, and this is really just to sort of show you guys a little bit what the game's about, and just so that I can go, look, I have it, just so that you guys know. If any of you know the way that YouTube works, in order to actually get anywhere on YouTube, you need to be the sort of first people out of the gate to put videos up. Those that get on there first with a particular game will always get the best views. Well, I'm not one of those people. Plenty of other people have had this game longer than I have. So what I intend to do is, because I do have the game a little bit ahead of time, I'm actually going to start recording a Let's Play series that includes the content that other people can't show you at the moment, the first and second missions. Obviously, I won't be able to put them live until after the embargo lifts, which is when the game goes live, but it just means that you'll be able to watch a playthrough right the way from the beginning, hopefully with none of the bits cut out. But it does mean that it gives me a couple of days to play the game a little bit and to start recording, so I won't have to rush anything out. So what I'm going to do is just basically show you one of the missions, show you the way the game works. I'm not really playing this on a high difficulty level. There's 4 difficulty levels. I'm playing it on the second one, which is recommended for people who have experience with XCom, but not necessarily with XCom 2. I did lose a soldier on the previous mission, otherwise I would have had 4 soldiers that were all promoted. So as it stands, I've got a grenadier, which is your sort of heavy weapons specialist. I've got a specialist, which is your sort of support class, and I've got a sniper. I would have also had a scout, which is kind of your scout slash assault class, but I managed to get that character killed. So we're going in with a rookie this time around. Haven't really done any customization. We'll do all that when we get into the proper Let's Play, but this is really just to show you guys the way the game works and any changes that are in there. So let's go ahead and launch this mission. Now, I'm still playing this on a preview version of the game, so it's not necessarily 100% optimized in terms of performance, so you might find that some of the things are a little bit janky. But let's get ready to begin the mission. So, okay, here we are in our first mission. Now, it's a little bit difficult to tell because of the map. If I move to the dark area, you'll notice around the edge of the screen here, we've got this sort of blue, foggy stuff. And you also see these little covered faces at the top here, the little mast icon. And that means we're in concealment. Now, you start most missions in concealment, which means you're a little bit safer from just accidentally running into the aliens. It's not so easy to be spotted. That said, you can still be spotted. You do still have to be careful. But it does mean you can rush forwards a little bit faster than you would normally be able to. Again, as you would expect, half cover is pretty much useless. We are going to try and stick to full cover. I'm going to run some people forwards. Now you'll notice we've just spotted some enemies over there. There's actually quite a few around. Now what you will notice on the ground are these little tiles with red eyes in them. There's also one over here next to this tower that can detect us. Now basically what happens is these aliens can't actually see us. And they can't see us because we haven't stepped into their line of sight. So unless we step into one of these tiles, they won't automatically activate. So it means we have an opportunity to sort of sneak up on them. If I was to walk into one of these tiles, they would spot us and they would activate and go and run for cover like they did in the original XCOM. If it's the aliens' turn and they move towards me, because the aliens do patrol around now, if it's the aliens' turn and they patrol towards me and their cone of vision moves over one of my soldiers, it doesn't reveal me unless they flank me. So it does give me a good opportunity to take advantage of that. So let's get our heavy guy. We're going to go up and we're going to move behind this car. So it should be relatively safe over there. We've got our sniper. Snipers should really stay at the back. Ideally, that's what snipers want to do. So let's go over here and put our sniper into some cover. This is probably a slightly better spot because it does have the tree as some cover from that direction. And we're going to take this last guy over here. He is our rookie. It's going to be really difficult to put him into a position where he isn't out of cover. These things don't count as cover, which is quite weird. There isn't an awful lot of good cover around at all here, but let's go and just put him over here behind this rock. So that's used both of his movements. We'll go ahead and put our sniper on to Overwatch. Now, one good thing is, because we've used one of our movement points, if we go Overwatch, it automatically does pistol Overwatch. You don't have to do any of this messing around, swapping weapons like you used to in the original XCom. So those guys are starting to move, which is good. They still haven't spotted us. So what we can start to do now is something a little bit interesting. Let's go and start to move towards them. So we'll move towards them with our heavy weapons guy. And we will grab this soldier here. Now, where can you get to? Can we put you anywhere in cover where you won't be spotted? No. So we're going to go ahead and just put you onto Overwatch for now, because I have a plan here. And we're going to take our rookie. Can we move our rookie up closer? Again, not really to anywhere where he won't be spotted. Let's move him up behind this car. Not going to put him onto Overwatch just yet. We are going to put our sniper on to Overwatch, because our sniper can see them. So let's... Or do we want to do this the other way around? What chance do you have of hitting either of them? You've got a 71% chance or a 73% chance. And we would like to take out that Advent Officer. They are the slightly tougher of the two. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select my heavy weapons guy, and I'm actually going to go and put him on Overwatch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my sniper and I'm going to fire at one of these guys, and that will take me out of concealment. We're going to go for the officer because there's only 2% difference in it. So let's take the shot. Now, we did miss. Unfortunate that was. Now, that will actually cause them to activate, because we're now out of concealment. And they should start to move. But because they've now moved, they've set off the Overwatch. We've already done some damage to the officer. Now, there are a couple of different things that Overwatch does now. It works in some interesting ways. Now then, we do have our guy here. Now, fortunately, he's probably going to have a relatively low chance to hit. 25% on you, 32 on you. I don't like those odds. We do have a grenade. We can throw that grenade out over here and get a guaranteed kill. So let's go out and throw the grenade. So, like I was saying, Overwatch works slightly differently. In the previous game, and it'll probably be the aliens' turn, so I'll probably do my talking after the aliens have finished their turn, but he's going to run on, get some cover, and probably fire back. He's only got 2 health. I am in cover, though, which is good, and he's missed. So in the previous game, if you had 6 soldiers and you had all 6 of those soldiers on Overwatch and somebody ran out in front of them, all 6 of your soldiers would fire. Even if the first soldier hit the enemy target and killed them, the remaining 5 would still fire off their weapons, wasting all of their ammo and wasting their Overwatch shot. It doesn't work like that anymore. The way it works in this one is when somebody activates Overwatch, one of your soldiers will fire. If that soldier misses or doesn't manage to kill the target, then the next soldier will fire. If the first soldier kills the target, the second soldier will not and will save the round. So that's a really, really good thing about the way Overwatch works. Also, if you have Overwatch on when you're concealed, you won't fire at a moving target unless you get revealed on that turn. So there's some quite useful stuff around. We could go and hack this thing, which is one of the things our Specialist can do. Specialist has the ability to hack, and you get little bonuses from these things. Most of the time it's not worth it if you've already been detected. There are civilians on the map. Civilians will also give your position away, because one of the main changes in the story in XCOM 2 is that it sort of looks slightly differently from the way the first game ended, as in XCOM 2 assumes that XCOM failed and the aliens actually sort of enslaved the Earth. So the civilians, as far as they're concerned, you are a terrorist cell. So they will alert the aliens to your presence, so you do have to be careful. So we could, any of your classes, any of your characters can hack, but the support class has this little flying thing, the gremlin, and that can actually hack stuff remotely. But we don't really need to do that. Now, you can't really get in a decent position to take a shot. You cannot be flanked even if you move over here, so moving there's not a terrible idea. Now, do you have a shot from there? It's only a 29% chance. I'm not convinced that that's actually any good. Our sniper, what about you? You have a 25% chance also. I'd like to actually move you a little bit closer. Do we have any cover for you? That's full cover, so let's move you forwards. And we've got our heavy guy. Now, our heavy guy, actually, as well as having machine gun, also has a grenade launcher. So we could fire a grenade over there, which would do a stupid huge amount of damage. But again, we probably want to be careful about using that. There might be some more aliens around that we cannot see. So I am going to go and move this guy forward. Now, I need to consider what I want to do here. Do I want to risk trying to take a shot? There's only a 36% chance. We can also move our rookie up as well. So let's get the rookie. We'll bring him up behind these rocks where our heavy was. We might as well take a shot with the rookie. 28% chance, but it's almost 1 in 3. We didn't get lucky there, so got a couple of choices. We could go and throw a grenade. Grenade would definitely get rid of him. We could try and take a pistol shot with our sniper. Only a 20% chance to hit with the pistol though, so I'm not necessarily convinced that's going to work. So I think we're just going to overwatch with our sniper. Now we could try and take a shot with our support, which is only a 29% chance for that to hit, which is a little bit disappointing. So I think what we might do is fire off one of our frag grenades from our grenade launcher. That's also going to take out the wall of the house, which will give us another way in. So the difference between the grenade launcher and the normal grenade is it has a longer range and it does a wider area of damage. I don't think it actually does more damage, but it does do damage over a wider area. And as we don't have any aliens, we'll move our support character forwards just so that we're a little bit closer to the item that we need to protect. Aliens turn, not a lot happened. Where do we need to get to? In the back of that room. Okay. Well, we don't know if there are any aliens around, so we do have to be relatively careful. So we're going to move our heavy forwards to the next high cover. We didn't see anything. We're not on a timer. There are lots of missions in XCOM 2 that are actually timed missions. They're not that bad generally, though, because you start concealed, so you can often just run towards the target that you need to get within the time limit. Let's go and get behind this cover here. Hopefully that'll be slightly safe. You will see these aliens sort of guard posts, so there's normally aliens around those, so that's something to be mindful of. And of course we've got our sniper who is way back. We could give the sniper high ground somewhere, but high ground generally lacks any decent cover and also has the problem of not always being able to see inside buildings. So we're going to move our sniper forward. I think we'll just put you on Overwatch in case we do happen to see something. You can go on to Overwatch as well. Doesn't look like there's any aliens actually on the map at the moment. So let's go ahead and take our heavy. We're going to move our heavy inside. And we are going to open the door. Which doesn't use an action. We don't see anything. Because we hadn't opened the door, which is why. So now we have opened the door, we do see something. We have ourselves a sectoid who's run outside. And we have ourselves a regular advent troop. So let's see what we can do about any of those. We have ourselves our heavy outside here. Now that sectoid is technically flanked. I think if we move over here to this tile, just so we've got some cover from the sectoid, we can probably take a shot there. It's a flanked shot. There's a 70% chance to hit. We'll definitely do more damage with our gun than we would with a grenade, so we will take that shot. We actually missed. Well, that's XCOM for you. Now, the one that's inside, we could probably easily kill with you. What sort of chance do you have? 42% chance on the sectoid, 66% chance on this guy here. We'll take the 66% chance. We do get a kill. Well, that's one less to worry about. We still need to get rid of that sectoid. Now, you might be wondering why the sectoids look a little bit different. These early sectoids, right from the beginning of the game, have the ability to do psionic attacks on you, so they really are important to get rid of as soon as possible. You haven't used up any of your movement yet. Putting you there is tricky because you could be flanked by that guy. Don't really have a lot of decent cover that I could put you into. So let's go ahead and see if we've got a shot here. 69% chance. We are flanking again. That was a good hit. We got a critical there as well, so that did 6 damage for us. He's only got 2 health left. Now, what about our sniper? You've got a 75% chance to hit. Well, we've got to take that. And thank you, sniper. We have 1 dead sectoid. So that should be all of the movement we can do. Aliens get a turn. Nothing really happening there, which indicates to us that there are no more aliens active on the map, which we kind of knew that already. So let's bring everybody inside before we accidentally activate any more aliens. So we will be doing some double moves here. Let's just get everybody into cover. Now, obviously, snipers are always better at range, but I think we are going to need to bring our sniper in. And maybe our sniper can come in through this door. Hopefully, we're not going to spot anything else over here on the left. That was a little bit of a stupid move to do right at the end. You're just going to overwatch in case anything comes through the door. And nothing happens, so we are good. So you are going to go around to this corner, and we'll have a little look and see if we can see anything in that room.
We've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
Now, it's actually got quite a bit of health, which means it could take a shot or 2. Now, we've got our support. Not an awful lot of cover in here from various different directions. We could go and put you right in the corner of the building, but we don't know whether or not we've actually got anything in this room. Let's go ahead and have a look, see what we've got through this door here. So we're going to go ahead and open the door. We didn't spot anything, which is good. So let's go in there and take some cover behind that, whatever that is. Now we have actually spotted some stuff out the back. That's unfortunate because we've now left ourselves in a bit of a flanked position there. Not really an awful lot that I can do about that. Let's move you... Right, this is our support, so what we could do is we can move our support over here, which means we've got a shot on the next turn. But we should be able to do this thing with our drone. No, we've got the medkit here and we've got stabilize. We used to have a thing called aid protocol, but can we do that? Yes, we can. So if we switch over to you and use aid protocol, the gremlin will go out and actually give 20% or 20 defense. So it's a little bit like having a smoke screen. So it's a little bit unfortunate with those guys. Now we've got our sniper. Could try and put the sniper up onto the roof. It is a flat roof though, so it doesn't help all that much. I don't think we can get the sniper into cover where she could actually take a half decent shot, unfortunately. So moving the sniper in might be a little bit of a risk. Let's move the sniper in this position here. Hopefully our heavy survives on this turn. Now we do potentially have a shot from here, but we don't have anybody that we can see. So we will just overwatch in case they start to move closer. They probably will. As expected, the sectoid is more likely to do something, you know, mind control-y, something psi-ish. Is mind controlled our heavy? That's fine. Now, glad we did that overwatch. It's probably not going to hit. Actually, it did. And he's dropped some loot that we could go and pick up. This is another new thing. There's another new thing in XCOM 2, is that things will drop loot. And if things drop loot... Yeah, if things do drop loot, you can go and pick that loot up if you can get there quickly enough. So this soldier, who is our soldier, is now mind controlled. Now that doesn't automatically mean that he is going to attack us on this turn, because if we can kill the sectoid, we will be fine. So I'm going to go and take my support and put my support outside, because I want to try and get a kill on the sectoid. We can actually see the sectoid. I don't have any grenades, so we're just going to go and take the shot. Unfortunately, he is in cover, but we got a 4 damage on him anyway. Now, unfortunately, my sniper cannot see him, but we might be able to get a pistol shot or a grenade kill. Grenade's not guaranteed damage, unfortunately, so we will move out with the sniper. Don't know why we had to kick the door open again. So if we were to fire our pistol, we don't want to fire at our own guy. Of course we don't. We could kill him, but where's the point in that? 35% chance of hitting the sectoid with the pistol. If we were to throw the grenade, assuming we could even reach that far, damage is 3 to 4. That's not a guaranteed kill, but we can take out his cover. And we did 4 damage. Brilliant. So that means the mind control is now dropped.
Status confirmed.
So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
The area is secure.
Good.
Status confirmed.
And that's it. That's all we needed to do. So that was quite a straightforward, simple mission. That was literally just the... this is a very basic guerrilla ops mission. And we managed to complete that quite nicely. It was a flawless rating. Again, I am only playing on an easy difficulty, but it does give you a sort of an idea of some of the changes that they have made to XCOM 2. We'll just hit continue. We didn't need to go and pick that loot up. We should pick it up automatically because the mission ended. So we should automatically gain that. Now, because you can also do certain other things in XCOM 2, such as customizing the weapons of your troops, if one of your troops dies and they have a custom weapon, you need to go and pick that back up. And... or just complete the mission before anything despawns. So we'll just continue. We'll go back to base. Might have a promotion or two. As I said, still a little bit glitchy. Some of the frame rates are still a little bit choppy, but remember, this is currently a preview version, so it's not quite finished yet. So we've managed to get 3 promotions. And I might as well show you what these things are. So if we go and have a look at some of the promotions that we've got. So this squaddy gets promoted to a ranger. Now the ranger is basically the class that can become either a scout or assault. Assault is more based on in-your-face, close-range, one-to-one combat. Shotgun to the face, sword to the face. Anything that deals with massive amounts of damage in close proximity is assault. Or you've got the perks you can choose in Scout, which is more around concealment, about getting a visual presence on the enemy, about sneaking up on them and attacking them before they even know you're there. So that's what happens if you sort of go down the Scout route. Of course, you can mix and match. Then we've got our Specialist, and obviously you've got Battle Medic and Combat Hacker. Fairly self-explanatory. Going down Battle Medic gives you things that are more useful for reviving, healing, giving some sort of defensive bonus to your soldiers, whereas the Combat Hacker is more offensive, so it allows you to use the Gremlin to do damage, gives you better hacking abilities, allows you to hack mechanized units like turrets and mechanized enemies and things like that. I think Battle Medic is always a good one to have. It's always good to have a medic. And then for our Sniper, there is the Sniper route and the Gunslinger route. Now, Sniper route obviously is all about long range, so that's all about being able to take aliens out with the sniper rifle from a distance where you are fairly safe and getting lots of bonuses. Some of the things are really, really good, like the ability to sort of have a cone of fire that will automatically shoot at anything that moves within that cone. You've got abilities where every single time you get a kill with the sniper rifle, it refunds your shoot action, so you can shoot again. So some really nice stuff. Gunslinger is all about pistols and being up close and personal. Some of them are really good, like Return Fire, for example. When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back with your pistol once per turn. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. Somebody shoots at you, you get a free shot back at them, whether you're on Overwatch or not, even if you don't have an action point. So that is a really, really nice thing. And they've also got some other abilities that will let them fire, for example, take a pistol shot every now and then without it costing an action point. Long Watch allows Overwatch to trigger on squad sight, so that's really, really useful if you want to keep your sniper at the back. But I actually like Return Fire, quite useful if your sniper is getting shot at. Can't actually show you the upgrade route for the heavies at the moment. And yes, we did pick up some loot, so we managed to pick up a laser sight, increases the critical hit chance by 5%, improving even further with proximity to the target. So basically that is a modification you can put on a weapon that will allow you to have a high crit chance, essentially. You also get these things, these PCS, these personal combat stims or something like that. Basically, it's a chip that you can implant in your soldier's head. Now, you can replace these chips with different chips and it destroys the original one, but it's basically an upgrade that you can give to a soldier. So, for example, this one, actually gives plus to mobility. So, oh, it's a sim. There we go. It's a personal combat sim. So what we could do is we could take this one and give it to maybe our scout, for example, and they would be able to move an extra 2 tiles per turn, which is really, really nice. Some mission specific stuff, and of course we've got some troops and corpses. Advent are the main sort of enemies that you do face in the early game. But there you go, that is Mission 3, the first mission that isn't embargoed, because they are all procedurally generated. Most of the missions are anyway. As are the maps. The maps are actually procedurally generated, so unlike in XCom 1, where all of the maps were pre-designed, and you'd often see the same maps over and over again, in XCom 2 they are procedurally generated. So there are certain chunks that are already built, like certain buildings and certain layouts, areas of land, and then the game will sort of stitch those things together in a random order to give you a different map each time. So while you will notice some maps are very similar, and you will notice certain things like buildings that crop up time and time again, you shouldn't ever end up thinking, oh, I'm on this map again, and you won't instantly know where the aliens are and where the objectives are and things like that. So that's actually quite a nice little addition to the game. But I'm really looking forward to playing through this. I'm looking forward to starting my LP proper and actually playing right through from the beginning, and I hope you guys, or at least some of you guys, will come and join me in the adventure that is XCOM 2. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and until next time, goodbye for now.